Hey there, out in the garage again today. Need to move cars and whatnot, but let's get started and see what we can accomplish today. I've been messing around putting that, or trying to put that trunk panel piece in. And I noticed on the other one, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but the other one, I noticed there's all these little teeny rust spots in the paint on this weld-through primer crap. So I ended up sandblasting the other one, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. But I had to take all of it off. So I need to repaint that today. And then I'm going to mess with that little frame rail issue, which I haven't showed you, but I will here in a minute. So this piece is all sandblasted. Like I say, I do need to paint it. All prepped up. You can see where I ground the edges off of where the welds go. Also, I want to, this little hole right here should line up with this bolt that comes up through there. If I get directly over top of it, it's a little bit too far that way. So I think I'm going to weld this up and then basically drill a new hole. But that's a plan for this. One of my bigger issues, which isn't a big issue, but I guess I can say it's bigger. Here, let me take this off and I'll show you. So there's a little spot right there in the frame rail where it's starting to crack and whatnot. It's a rust deal. The whole rest of the frame rail is fantastic all the way down, just surface rust. But there's a plate on the inside of this. And my guess is that's where one of the welds are. So I'm going to take and cut that out and just fix that little spot. You can see where it's bubbled up clear up to here. So I'll probably just kind of cut a little square out and put that in. My original idea, I was going to just kind of grind it down and see what's what, but I can see now that it's bubbling up clear out to here. So that needs to be addressed. But like I said, the whole rest of the rail is fantastic. It's just got surface rust on it. So I'll probably see if I can tackle that today, then maybe we'll be able to weld this thing in after I paint it and such. While that's drying, I'm gonna work on this frame rail a little bit. I'm gonna move all this crap out of the way. I've got too much shit, honestly, just too much. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can do something with that. I think I can just kind of cut like yay. Like yay, that's a weird one. Like so there's this plate behind it. Now that thing's out of the way, you can see it a little better right there. And that's just got to be where there's a weld that's gone bad or whatever. It's probably been cracked like that from when it was new. So water gets in there, boom. So let's play with that for a minute. As you can see, it's a little crusty, but you can also see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right where I'm putting that brush, there's some silver down in there. The metal behind this is good. So I'm going to take some navel jelly and just let it eat this off, and then we should be good. It's just there's that bracket, you can see where it's behind this. There's this piece and that behind it. And water gets down in there, and that's what it does. But if I have to grind it a little bit, that's fine. All this is just an exhaust hanger. That's all that does. This one's for your leaf springs. But really, this is just, like I say, just for an exhaust hanger. It's like a reinforcement in the back. So let's put some navel jelly on there and see if that'll eat that a bit. Well, I put some on there. The stuff I have is like really old, so this may not do anything. But we're gonna let that sit there for a while and see what it does, I guess. Possible new plan. I'm gonna take this bolt off, or nut, and maybe dig in and see how bad it is behind there. There's only a few spot welds that hold this bracket in. So if I can pull this off first and then kind of go from there, maybe. I'm pretty sure I got to drill out the spot welds too, but let's see what happens. Well, I went down a rabbit hole, a small rabbit hole, thank goodness. There's a bunch of rust or whatever, just pieces of it down there, but the good news is that the rail's good. So I'm going to clean all that out, treat the rust, you know, get it out of there. This is the bracket that came out. I drilled out the spot welds and popped this out. That took a minute, but I feel better about doing that. I already got this thing tore down. Why not do it right? So anyway, I'm going to clean this out and assess that and see how that looks. Well, I've got some stuff soaking in there, trying to kind of get to the whatever little bit of rust that's in there. It's really not that bad. A lot of glare there. Let me shut that off. I just want to treat it so it doesn't get any worse. Like I say, the rail's solid, so I'm just going to let that soak, and I'm kind of stuck for now. So I ran the bracket through the sandblaster, and it turned out pretty decent. I got to do a little bit more. There's some of this petrified stuff here. I also screwed up and thought this came out. Well, it's not supposed to. See where it's got the shoulder on it. So I got to figure out how to get that back in there and fix that. If not, when I bought the car, it came with a whole floor pan, the whole bottom of the car. But being a convertible, I was afraid to cut the whole bottom out and try and, you know, put that back together. So I've been piecing it. I took the floor off, I put that in, the main floor piece. Now I'm doing the trunk because the transition pan and all that stuff's still good anyway. Didn't want to mess with any of that. But it does have all the brackets and whatnot in the frame rails. So worst case, if I can't get this cleaned up as good as I want, then I'll just take the other one out of the other frame rail. Anyway, that's kind of the end of the video because I'm stuck for the moment. I need to let that rust remover work for a minute. So I guess I'll end here for now, and thanks for watching.